There are a large number of international investors investing their hard-earned cash into the UAE property market, and in recent years, you can see why, because it's been a huge boom. Now, what most people don't realize is that when you buy international assets like property in the UAE and you own it in your personal name, you are still liable for taxes back in your home country from either disposing of the asset and making a capital gain, or if your strategy is different and you choose to hold it for rental income, that's going to be classed under your international income that you've received and taxed back as salary in places like the UK. Now, a lot of investors get sold the property in their personal name for something called a golden visa, which is effectively a 10-year or long-term residency visa in the UAE that allows you to live there freely. But a lot of those investors are not actually moving over. And the misconception is that having or holding a golden visa means that anything that you make in the UAE from your property would effectively be tax-free. And that unfortunately is not true, because your personal tax position has nothing to do with where your company or your investments are registered. It has everything to do with where you physically live. And if you're spending the majority of your time in the UK, then you will default to a UK tax resident. This is where having the right structure for your investments is the most important conversation you need to have right now. Because owning an asset is one thing, but then having unforeseen tax liabilities come up as a result of that is not something that you're going to be prepared for. When you speak to us at Strive, what we're able to do is determine what structure suits you best to be the most tax efficient that you can be, whether that's an SPV, a holding/operating company, or having a foundation. Whichever structure works best for you will be completely nuanced on your individual circumstances, and we can discuss that in detail on a call one-to-one. But the reason that these structures make so much sense is because not only does it protect you from unforeseen taxes back in your home country, but it can also help with succession planning and inheritance, because not only could you be liable for taxes that you weren't aware of, if something was to ever happen to you, then your spouse or your kids could also be subject to things like inheritance tax if you don't have the structure set up in the right way. So book a call with us. Let's discuss your situation. Let's see where your investments are at, and let's see what the right structure would be to support you to be the most efficient you can be.